Right, let's start. Welcome to the third offer holder webinar for newly accepted Tampere University students. My name is Tiina Nilsson and I will be coordinating this info session. And naturally first, congratulations on your acceptance to the university. Today we'll be talking about Study and Stay program and the services of Tampere International House. But first, a couple of practicalities on the info session itself. This info session is recorded, as you see from the sort of red dot on your screen. And the recording of the info session will be shared later on, then maybe tomorrow when we get all the subtitling in. On the welcome page, you have the welcome page address or the welcome page name at the bottom of this slide, and you have received the link in your welcome letters with your acceptances as well. A good advice is to sort of listen first, and then if you still have some questions, use the chat section to ask the questions, but most likely you will get an answer for your questions already during the presentations. And do note when you're asking questions in the chat that the best experts in the topics are holding the presentations, so you might have to wait until the end of the presentation to be answered. And also note that you should only use the public chat function, no questions to the hosts and panelists alone. Those will not be answered during the session. So if you have something that you need to ask privately, please use the provided admissions email address. If you have something private, sort of questions on your personal situation, please use that address. And then just as a reminder, don't share any personal information like your student numbers or things like that in the chat. But then, and also maybe good to note that all the information that will be discussed in this info session is available through the Welcome to Study at Tampere University site or the Go-in app Discover section. So you will find this information there as well. But then onto the topic. Our program today is first Mariska, who is already sort of there. Hi, Mariska. Talking about the Study and Stay program. She works for the university. And then we have Joona from the city of Tampere, and he will be talking about the International House Tampere services. But with that, I think we're ready to go. And I'll stop sharing so that Mariska, you can take over.
Thank you, Tiina. First of all, welcome. We have a very nice day outside here in Tampere. It's 20 degrees. Not always the case in Finland, as you are probably well aware. Congratulations on getting admitted. And I will start sharing my screen now. Can you, Tiina, confirm that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, great. So hi, I'm Mariska Roelofs. I'm originally not Finnish, but I came here over 10 years ago and I work as a career specialist for the University of Tampere. My job is to help international students with career-related questions, and that's what I do here. So from that perspective, I will be talking to you about our support services here at Tampere University. We have developed a program for international students, which is called Study and Stay. So I'll be talking a little bit about that and a little bit about careers in Finland. So these are the topics that will come up during this short presentation. It'll be about 15-20 minutes. And do put your questions in the chat. I don't have the option of looking at them now, but my colleagues are there to answer possible questions, and I will look at them once I'm done with the presentation as well. So Finnish society. It's good to maybe realize a few things about Finnish society that, or at least I thought it'd be good to mention a few things to know, also from the perspective of what kind of support will I get here when I come to Finland, and what kind of support can the university offer when if I would be looking for a job, for example. And it's good to know that Finland is an individualist society. So that means pretty much that individuals, that people are expected to take care of their own business, take care of themselves and maybe their immediate family. But for the rest, if you have questions, you can ask them. If you need help, you can ask for help. But there is a high sense of own responsibility. Now, this is different from how it is in some countries, and sometimes it's kind of a surprise for students. So the support structures we have here at Tampere Universities are built on this premise. That means that we are here to support you, and you can ask us questions, and we also offer sessions to support you, but we also expect you to do a lot of things yourself that might be different from your own countries. So that means that, for example, the university doesn't, for example, offer a placement or an internship, but you're supposed to look for those yourself. I'll get back to that later. First, I want to tell you a little bit about Study and Stay. So if you come to Tampere University, you will see this logo here and there. We will introduce it again to you in the welcome week and in the introduction course. But Study and Stay means kind of this is for international students to support you when you live here, when you study here, here in Tampere. And also support for finding a possible career here should you want to stay in Tampere. We offer sessions and we work together a lot with the International House Tampere, of which Jona is also here to present their services. We do joint things together, and we also work together with the University of Applied Sciences. Now, the main areas of support that we offer support with, that we have thought of, is the immigration support and integration, Finnish language and culture, career and labor market support, networking, professional development, and entrepreneurial skills. So that means that the contents that we offer and the info sessions we offer, we will try to address these different themes for you. So you will see this picture again if you decide to come to Tampere, and we will introduce it to you again. But just to give you a main idea, Study and Stay is built around four main kind of themes, four main sessions that take place every semester. So if you're doing a master here, that means that roughly every 6 months there will be some Study and Stay session, which is kind of our main program. And in this session, me, colleagues, people from the International House or from the entrepreneurial services, that we will come and talk to you and tell you things, tell you where to get support, tell you what's on offer, sessions, etc. Give you tips, advice, and so on. So that's kind of the main program. And then we have drawn a picture to show you that during your studies, there are a lot of different areas in which you can get support. We have student counselors. We organize low threshold support. That means kind of walk-in places where you come and get answers to questions or get some feedback on your CV, for example. We offer sessions to practice your Finnish, career events, peer support, all kinds of different things. So these are somewhat drawn here in this picture. We also offer a Study and Stay Moodle, so a learning environment online. You will get access to this Moodle as soon as you get to Tampere. It's actually part of your orientation course to get to know this Moodle. And again, in the Moodle, we have those themes that I was discussing earlier, and you can find a lot of resources, links, places where you can get help with Finnish language or with developing your network and so on. And we also record several study and stay sessions throughout the year. You can find materials in this Moodle as well. So through these main sessions and the Moodle and the kind of sessions on the site that we also organize for study and stay, we kind of hope to support you throughout your studies. All of these sessions will be in English, naturally. And here you can see some examples of sessions that we organize here at the university. And we also publish a calendar that comes every period, so 4 times a year, in which you can find out what's there to do in terms of career support. Yeah, so that way we try to keep you posted about what's going on. Now, about job hunting support at Tampere University, which is very much my focus, I thought it'd be important to you for you to know what do we do, what can we offer, and what can we not offer. I also want to be realistic and honest with you. So it's good to know that in Finland, generally, it's not just at our university, but it's just Finland, we do not offer placements. We do not have internships that we just hand out to our students. That is not the way the support services are built here in Finland. That has to do with the culture of Finland. So it is your own responsibility if you come here, you want to do an internship, to find that internship. We will support you in finding the internship, of course. We will help you with your CV, with an application. We offer career events where you can meet employers, but it will be your own responsibility. We also offer career workshops and lectures on job hunting in Finland. I will come and talk to you in the fall about that and about career planning. We offer sessions on the job interview and so on. But yeah, that's how it is organized here. We also offer career counseling where you can discuss your personal situation with a career counselor. Then about the job market in Finland, I don't know how much you have already read up on Finland, and maybe you haven't decided yet if you want to come here, but maybe you've already been reading a little bit about the situation here, about the snow, about the Northern Lights or other stuff that interests you about Finland. Maybe you've also read about the job market. The job market currently is not great, I will be honest. We have an unemployment rate at the moment of 10%, which is more than any of us would like. So that means that at the moment, students do have a lot of competition when they are looking for jobs, not just student, anyone, but it's also reality for students. So I think it's important for you to know that while the Finnish job market is also slowly opening up for international students, and while there is an expectation that the economic growth will come back again, will be better during this year and next year. When you come here to study, do not maybe rely on getting a job quickly to support yourself during your studies, because it will take time to find a job on the side, but also to find an internship. And also a lot of jobs still require Finnish or some level of Finnish. Now, if you come to study here, you will do a mandatory course of Finnish, and you will get a lot of opportunities to learn more Finnish. There are courses that you can follow up to pretty much B1, B2 level. And if you do all the courses and you practice, it will be at a level where you can really do it decently, talk to people. But that takes time. So this is good to keep in mind. Maybe a few tips to find a career in Finland, also to give you an idea of what that would be like. Learning Finnish is important if you want to find a career here in Finland. It is not impossible to find a career without speaking English, but it does increase without speaking Finnish, but it does really increase your chances to find a job. Networks are very, very important here. So that means it takes time to build them. It means that it's important to know people so that you hear when jobs are opening up and that you are there to apply to them. And it also helps to build a network, to get to know the job market, to get to know your options, It might be a little bit different here from where you are from. So that also takes time to get a good understanding of what is here for you. Now, networking at first, it really doesn't mean much more than just getting to know people. And people can be students, it would be nice to also get to know Finnish people, but also international people. But just getting to know people, asking lots of questions, getting to know the culture. But it's good to keep in mind that that plays a role. And that means that finding a job here, if I look at the students that succeed, it requires to be quite proactive, just getting involved, getting to know people, and using different strategies. But I will tell you about all of this if you decide to come here, and you will be in the orientation course, and then I'll come and do a lecture or two on this. So just as an idea. Career support then. As I said, we offer career support at Tampere University. You are responsible to find your own career, but we offer a lot of information about career planning and working life. We also have our own Moodle, which has a lot of material about Finnish working life and applying for jobs and how to recognize your skills and so on. Then we offer the sessions to help you develop those skills. There is a job board for job openings and internships, and we offer lectures and workshops and career counseling. If you want to know a little bit more about the career support, there is a link to the student guide, and maybe that link is also on the Welcome to Tampere University page, but either way, we will also share these slides so you can read more on our website. Then maybe a few words still about other related support at Tampere University. There is an international student help desk, for example. It means every week there's 1 or 2 hours where someone will be there to answer your questions, kind of any question that you have, and will help you to find out the right people to get your answers. We have the Finnish Conversation Club, like I said, where you can practice your Finnish from a very beginner level up to a higher level, all levels kind of mixed. It's very popular. We also have some Finnish students quite often to participate. So that's a lot of fun. And there are also, of course, other webinars, workshops to help you with study skills or time management or just feeling well, well-being, stress management. So we try to do a lot to support our students, and you can basically take part in those based on your own needs at that time. Then there is an online working life course that was developed actually last year, which we are also offering this year, for which you can also get a credit. And it's been getting really good feedback. So kind of to understand what is working life like in Finland, what is the working culture in Finland, what are my rights, what are my obligations, what are unions, what role do they play, etc. So, and then there is a mentoring program that we offer for international students, mostly students in the second year. It requires an application, but we take 50 students in about every year. So, and that's another way that we try to help students to find their path here in Finland. So this was a very quick overview of the Study and Stay program, of the career support, and a very quick overview of the Finnish job market, kind of what to expect. If you have any more questions, feel free to share those in the chat, or maybe there are a couple. Do I already answer something, Tina? What's the situation?
Thanks, Mariska. The only questions that have come to the chat are actually questions on the admissions process and on the scholarship process, and those need to be asked from the sort of the official instances, and I gave the links to those contacts already. So maybe if you can hang on in the chat, and then if more questions come up, you can answer there.
For sure.
Now, maybe the floor is Joonas, if there is nothing more. Thanks, Mariska.
You're welcome. I've stopped sharing my slides, and I can totally understand for all of you listening that maybe the admission is more top of mind right now. Career in Finland, which comes a lot later.
Oh, there is in the introduction week, will these points be made in the preparatory Zoom webinars? Is it expected to create a plan of all groups and services ahead of time, or will we go over most things in the introduction? It depends. We will go over a lot of things during the introduction week as well. A lot of the things will be new, and some of the things will be repeated, but you will hear these types of these kinds of information all over the place during the process during which you're getting settled, and then during your first year also.
Yeah, and pretty much everything I told you just now will be repeated again.
Yeah.
At least if that's what you meant. So that comes back in the orientation.
Yeah.
There is a question about the mentorship programs. Should I answer it in the chat?
Yeah. You can take it out loud or in the chat, whichever.
Well, I think I didn't use my 20 minutes yet, so I'll just say it now. We have a mentorship program, which is called the International Talents Mentoring Program. It's run for about 12 years now, I think. And students apply for the program as a mentee, and then we have a group of mentors who are active in Finnish working life. About half of our mentors are Finnish, and about half of our mentors usually are from a foreign background, but are working in Finland. So we have a really nice mix. And then if you get accepted into the program, you will get a mentor, which you will meet roughly 3, 4, maybe 5 times during the duration of the program. And there's a group meeting in the beginning and at the end. And we also organize some extra sessions during which you can get to know other mentees or maybe even visit a company. And yeah, it's a one-on-one mentoring program designed to help you find your next steps into Finnish working life.
Yeah, thanks, Mariska.
Yes.
Okay, but if you sort of hang around in the chat, and we'll go on with Joona. Thanks.
Okay, good afternoon on my behalf as well. Tina, could you affirm that you're able to see the presentation?
I'm sort of nodding here that now it shows up correct in the correct way.
Right. Okay. So congratulations again to everyone for being elected to study in Tampere. My name is Joona Tuornberg. I'm originally Finnish, and I come from the International House Tampere. So we are part of the Study and Stay collaboration that Mariska told about. International House is a part of the Tampere city organization, and we collaborate with higher education institutions in matters concerning international students. In this presentation, which will take about 15 to 20 minutes, I will share some insights about the city of Tampere, international houses services for students, and at the end of the presentation we'll be also happy to answer your questions. So welcome to study in Finland's most attractive city. So Tampere has been chosen as the most attractive residential destination for the 4th consecutive year. And this is not by chance or a mistake, but Tampere truly is a very vibrant city. The city center has been recognized as the most vibrant city center for the 2nd consecutive years. Tampere is a very popular travel destination and also a very popular student city, as you will get to know. These are some of the pictures from the renewing downtown and residential areas where you can really see the closeness to nature and the big Näsijärvi and Pyhäjärvi lakes, which surround the city in the north and in the south. I wanted to choose the most fairy tale-like picture I could find, and the Times magazine made an article in 2023 where Tampere was described as a fairy tale Finnish city you've probably never heard of. Maybe you've seen the article. So this is a picture from the shores of Lake Näsijärvi, which is one of the two big lakes, and very near to the city center. And the aurora can sometimes be spotted from the shore of the lake, and the lakes give a feeling of serenity and closeness to nature. A little bit about the city region. So Tampere is the second largest city region in Finland, sixth largest in the Nordics, and altogether the city region 540,000 residents. The city is growing very fast. The biggest age group of residents is to that of 20 to 34-year-old, which makes every sixth person in the city a student, which already tells you a lot. There are almost or a little bit over 80,000 students at the universities and vocational colleges in Tampere area. The city region has roughly 41,500 active companies, and they make Tampere commercially a very active area as well. Several business ecosystems are located in Tampere, such as the ICT sector, automotive, nanotechnology and photonics, chip design, imaging, mobility, security, AI and analytics, connectivity, audiovisual, health tech, biocircular economy, intelligent machines, and manufacturing. So this tells you a little bit about the breadth and the kind of variety of the Finnish sectors, commercial life that is very, very vibrant in Tampere area. And if you want to learn more related to your own field of study, you can check the Business Tampere website. Business Tampere supports commercial environment of the ecosystems in Tampere region. So please familiarize with those if you are interested. In addition to those ecosystems, we have a blooming experience economy. And of course, the large infrastructure projects of the city center have made large events possible in the city center. Creative industries, tourism, events, conferences, and culture and art are very visible and accessible to everybody in the city. So we hope that you take advantage of those as well. Then a little bit more about International House Tampere. So we support internationals in living, working, studying, and recruiting in Tampere, also in collaboration with the higher education institutions. We help and support newcomers, those who have recently located in Tampere, job seekers, students, employers, their spouses, families, international startups, customers outside the workforce, people receiving international protection. So we're sort of a one-stop shop for internationals in diverse ways. Also, in my work, personally, I have a lot of dialogue with the companies in Pirkanmaa area and Tampere area concerning international recruitment. So the International House helps internationals settle and stay in the region. We promote Tampere as an internationally attractive place to be, to live and to stay in, and support employers in hiring international talents. In this slide, behind the QR code, you can find a special relocation guide, Tampere, which has been gathered together by the house team. The relocation guide, Tampere, is really an extensive collection of information about living in Tampere and enjoying the life here. You can find tips to your everyday activities and whatever the city has to offer. Tips on spare time activities such as culture, information on education services in Tampere, and the Finnish work life and entrepreneurship. So I would recommend you to have a look at that. Multilingual guidance is one of the services that the International House offers. So we offer guidance in more than 10 languages, free of charge, low threshold, in matters related to the previously mentioned themes. So very easy to ask for help, both in English, of course in Finnish, but also your own mother tongue might be available. So we have walk-in service available, phone, email service. So these are available at your for you when you come to Tampere and even before. Welcome to Tampere. Event is an event arranged 4 to 5 times per year by the International House. It's directed to newcomers in Tampere. You will hear about the integration to Tampere, and you have a chance to meet the official organizations such as the tax officials, Finnish Immigration Service, Kela, and the welfare area who have their staff present in the event. The next event will be held 2nd of September, after not the week, but the week, was it the week after the welcome week? But more information will follow concerning that, regarding registration and location and so on. Then quickly also about learning Finnish, which Mariska already mentioned about. So I've written the words "Tervetuloa Tampereelle," welcome to Tampere is what it means. So obviously learning Finnish is important when you integrate to Finland, and especially when you're planning to stay and work in Finland after graduation. It is said to be a difficult language to learn, but at the same time, I have met, and many of us met, people who are mastering the language remarkably fast. But one needs to bear in mind that you need to take active steps to learn the language, which is kind of your responsibility then. But behind the QR code here, we have collected some links that may get you started with the language learning. And also good to remember that learning any language, especially Finnish, takes time. So starting early on helps later. Then one of the services that the International House offers is a talent advisor service, which helps you with employment search and networking, which Mariska also talked about before. The service is for international talents offered in English. The service may become especially useful to you closer to the graduation, but already when you're starting to look for maybe part-time job later towards the graduation. On the left top corner, you can see the instructions on the service options. So online service by email or video service for those who already are residing in Tampere. In both cases, you contact our talent advisor, who is Nicholas Cotton. His email is available there in the corner. Then another service that the house offers is a career boost service. This is a special workshop offered on site and help you in planning career options and defining your professional profile. And this you can sign in when you are residing in Tampere. But a few tips to get you started is kind of planning career options and defining your professional profile already during the studies, during your study program, getting familiar with the employment channels, starting networking towards the hidden jobs, which I will elaborate a little bit more in the next slide. Then funding opportunities, of course, for your stay, and how to utilize the support services that the city also offers for students and job seekers. Then a little bit more about networking. So what is really important to understand that like Mariska said, most jobs, roughly 70% in Finland, are so-called hidden jobs, which means they're not publicly advertised. So here are already some tips that might get you started with finding those hidden jobs and using all the possibilities that you have already with finding employment. So you can find out about the companies, follow their social media, network in LinkedIn with company and their employees, build network both within your study and university, but also outside and with the companies. You can follow the international houses, LinkedIn and other social media channels for weekly highlights, where we try to post opportunities for you to utilize. And once again, learning Finnish will be opening more doors for your professional career in the future. So with my presentation and with this picture, I want to warmly welcome you to Tampere on behalf of the International House. We hope that you follow us in our social media channels and become familiar with the events and campaigns that we do. For example, we arrange recruitment events such as the Job Fair Tampere, different types of networking events, and supporting students in the job search. This picture is from the frozen lake in the wintertime. Sometimes the lake freezes so that there's possibility to have a cafe right in the middle of the lake next to Siilinkari Lighthouse. So that's a magnificent place to visit in the wintertime. But thank you for following, and if you have any questions, please ask. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joona. That was a lot of information. I think we have actually sort of tackled all the questions in the chat. So we can maybe finish slightly early today. I just put a reminder in the chat that we have an info station on student life, which might be quite interesting for you. There will be current students who are student ambassadors and the student union of Tampere University, which is called TREU, present in that info session, and they will talk about the student perspectives of studying at Tampere University. So that's an info session you might want to join. I put the time there in the chat, and also register for that info session through the same page that basically everything happens at this stage of of the process. But thanks again, Mariska, thanks again, Joona, and thanks everyone for your participation. And I think we can finish now and just say have a really good week, everyone, and once more, welcome to Tampere University. Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.